Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing fine. So today in this video we will be discussing about the chemical properties of the non-metals. I already uploaded some videos on the chapter of the class 8, that is metals and non-metals, about the introduction part of the chapter in which we discuss the basics of this chapter and also the physical properties of the metals and the physical properties of the non-metals and the chemical properties of the metals too. So in this videos, let's start with the chemical properties of the non-metals, and before watching this video please do watch those sections also to understand the previous lectures of this chapter. So the topic is chemical properties of non-metals. Chemical properties of non-metals. That is, we will discuss that how the non-metals will react with water, will react with oxygen and with acids and with bases. We will take all these four sections one by one in this video. So the four sections under which the chemical properties of the non-metals are discussed are the reaction of the non-metals with, first is oxygen, water, acids and bases. So these are the four sections under which we will discuss the chemical properties of the non-metals, and also we already discussed the chemical properties of the metals under these four sections. So let's start with the first part, that is the oxygen. That is, we will discuss that how the non-metals will react with the oxygen. First is reaction of non-metals with oxygen. How the non-metals will react with oxygen? It means that if I consider some non-metal here plus oxygen, it will give you non-metal oxide. So when the non-metals reacts with oxygen, they will give you non-metal oxides. I will define this with the example also. Suppose I take an example of sulfur, which is a non-metal, that is sulfur. When it reacts with oxygen, it gives you sulfur dioxide. So when the non-metal, when it reacts with oxygen, then it gives you sulfur dioxide. Now if we need to define the nature of this sulfur dioxide, what means by the nature? If the sulfur dioxide is basic in nature, if the sulfur dioxide is acidic in nature, or we need to describe that what will be the nature of the non-metals oxide. Are the non-metals oxide basics? Are the non-metal oxide acidic? What we will be doing? We will be making an aqueous solution of this sulfur dioxide. So what we did, sulfur dioxide plus water. We are preparing an aqueous solution of sulfur dioxide in water. So we will have sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid is H2SO3. This is SO2 plus water. We can write it in this way also, that is sulfur plus oxygen gives you SO2, sulfur dioxide. But here what we did make an aqueous solution of this sulfur dioxide in water, and what we are getting is the sulfurous acid, that is H2SO3. Now we will test this sulfurous acid on the litmus paper to check whether it is basic or it is acidic. So when we check it on the litmus paper, H2SO3 on the litmus paper, we see that it turns the blue litmus to red. it turns the blue litmus to red. So if the litmus paper turns from blue to red, it means that the compound we have is the acidic in nature. So here we will describe that sulfurous acid is acidic in nature. So if sulfurous acid is acidic in nature and sulfur, this is the aqueous solution of this sulfur dioxide. So sulfur dioxide will also be an acidic oxide. And this is if acidic oxide, then the non-metal oxides, all the non-metal oxides are the acidic oxides. So remember it that the non-metals are the acidic oxides. Unlike the metals which are the basic oxides, the non-metals are the acidic oxides. So now this is an important question from the examination point of view also. If the question comes like that, there is a element X that makes the acidic oxides. So that element may be a metal or may be a non-metal. So your answer is that element is a non-metal. If it is making an acidic oxide, then the element is a non-metal. Okay. So let's move to the second chemical property, that is the reaction of the non-metals with water. Let's take it. Now the reaction of non-metals with water. So this is under which the second chemical property of the non-metals we're going to describe here. That's the reaction of the non-metals with water. So what happens if I take a non-metal and if you want to see the reaction of a non-metal with water, then the result is no reaction. So it means that the non-metals, they don't react with water. So if I take an example, like I take a powder of charcoal, or if I take a powder of sulfur and I add water to that powder, if it is a sulfur also, both the carbon and sulfur, they are the non-metals, and what I take is the powder of carbon or the powder of sulfur or the powder of charcoal, you can say, and I add water to it, then you will see that there will be no reaction take place in both the cases, because the non-metals, they never react with water. You can take one more example of phosphorus also. So if there is a non-metal, so the non-metals, they never react with water, they give no reactions. Okay. And now from here, one important question from the examination point of view comes is like, why the sulfur and phosphorus are stored under water? So let's discuss that question in detail also, because this question is that important that it is surely gonna ask in your exams. So we should take that question in detail. The question is, the question under this topic, which is very important, is why sulfur and phosphorus are stored in water. Like sulfur and oxygen, sulfur and phosphorus catches fire when they get exposed to oxygen in air, so that is why both sulfur and phosphorus are stored under water. So this is a very short question. We surely gonna come in your exam. So one more important question that I discussed in the video in which we discuss the chemical properties of the matter, that why the sodium and potassium are stored under kerosene. So do watch that video also. I will add the link of that video in my description box. Check there and watch that video also, because there also I discuss one important question, and here also I am discussing one important question, that is the why sulfur and phosphorus are stored under water. A similar question is also discussed there, that why the sodium and potassium, both are the metals, then why they are stored under kerosene. So watch that video also. Now we will be discussing about the third chemical property of the non-metals, that is how the non-metals they will react with acids. So if I take a reaction like this, there is a non-metal, and if this non-metal is allowed to react with acid, it will give you no reaction. So most of the non-metals, they don't react with the acids, so they give you no reaction here. But there are some very reactive non-metals also which reacts with the very hot and concentrated acids. So that reactions we will be discussing in the higher classes only. For class 8, you people only need to know that the non-metals generally they don't react with acids. They give no reaction on acting upon by the acids. And also keep on updating your notes for the final time revision during the exams, so that you can prepare yourself very well during the exams to get the good marks in your exams. And the book I am following is the class 8 Lakshmi Singh book, and also I am taking the NCERT book also from the CBSE syllabus. So the whole lecture is generally based on the CBSE syllabus and from the NCERT book. So watch my lectures very carefully to understand the concepts very carefully. So let's move to the fourth and the final chemical property of the non-metals, that is how the non-metals gonna react with bases. That is the reaction of non-metals with bases. So how the non-metal is gonna react with bases? If it is a non-metal and plus base, they again gives you no reaction. Fine. So the non-metals, they also they don't also react with the bases also, they give no reaction. But there are some non-metals that react with the bases, and these are the very complex chemical reactions that you're going to study in your higher classes only. So till now you just need to know that the non-metals, they don't react with the bases generally, they give no reaction when they are acted upon by the bases. So these are the 4 points under which we discuss the chemical properties of the non-metals, that is how they react with oxygen, how they react with water, and how they react with acids and with the bases. And I also discussed one very important question in this video. So I hope you people watch this video very carefully. Let's revise the topics that we did here in this video. I will give you a whole lecture in just flowchart form so that you can revise it very fastly. So if it is a non-metal, now how it gonna react with oxygen, how it gonna react with water, how it will react with acids, and how it will react with bases. So with oxygen it gives what? It gives non-metal oxide, and this non-metal oxide is of acidic nature. Please make this flowchart in your notebook also. I can't pause this video for long, so you people can pause it from your end and make your notes and prepare your notes very well for the final time revision during the exams. And how non-metals reacts with water? So there is no reaction. And how non-metals reacts with acids? Again they will give no reaction. And how non-metals reacts with bases? They again, the point is they will give no reaction. And the important thing discussed is sodium and sulfur. It is sulfur and phosphorus stored in water. And the question is why. I discussed the reason in this video. Hope you people learn the reason why the sulfur and phosphorus is stored in water, because they are reactive. So when they react with the oxygen in the air, they catches fire easily. So cut their contact with the oxygen from the air, we store them in the water because they don't react with the water. So these are the 4 topics in the chemical properties of the non-metals. So keep watching my channel and subscribe to my channel and like the video, and let me know in the comment section if you people have any doubt. And as soon as I see your comment, I will just reply you back and clear your doubt. And also all the best to all the students, and thank you for watching me. Bye bye.